Yesterday, I got a call about the incident we had on the range. It's very unfortunate, but we want to make sure this doesn't happen. So I need to go through and tell you a little bit more about what happened, how we try and help prevent it, what we do to help prevent it. And not only having this RSO on duty who's right behind me, Gene, is one of our really ways we be a little safer, but here we actually saw it firsthand. Here's all of our cameras. This is one way how we watch the range. We also watch it actually on the range too, but say from my perspective, when I heard about the incident with the negligent discharge of a firearm, we saw it first here on the camera. So that's how I saw it. The RSO was actually there and seeing and treating there. But more importantly, we have lots of cameras covering every angle of the range just to get a good look at it. Make sure, I can see everything. The RSO has these throughout the whole building too. So you could see another camera of them over here. We have them in the showroom. We have them on the range, upstairs on the range, and in multiple offices. So everybody can keep an eye on it. I think it is very, very important to be able to have an eye in the sky on the range because we're here to learn safety, keep everybody safe, make sure everybody goes home. So that's a little bit about the camera. There are a lot of cameras in a armory. Maybe put in the comments, how many cameras do you think are on our property? Maybe I'll clue you in on it, or at least a close number, because it's surprisingly more than you probably think. So go ahead, leave us a comment and just tell us how many cameras we might have. So one thing we'd like to showcase is a medical kit box. We actually have many of these here around the building because you never know where you'll need it and what you'll need it for. But let me just dive right in. Our supplier here comes here on a monthly basis to restock us so you can see our inspection tags because there's a lot of stuff we give away. Our number one thing we give away is a Band-Aid, but I would say from our range safety officer, hundreds of Band-Aids go out a month because people cut themselves on a slide or whatnot. Usually it's a slide more than anything. You could think of millions of rounds going downrange every single month, and that's slide bite from any gun kind of just cutting you. So our number one thing we give away, but the number one thing we used this week were a tourniquet. So this is what actually straps around your arm or leg and can actually stop the blood flow. So this is really what we needed. We also have a larger emergency bandage that could actually work too for a gunshot wound. But usually your tourniquet's your go-to because you want to stop the flow. So we're going to tell you more about why we put this on. I'm going to show you a little bit of this video too and what we did and how quickly we react and why it's so important to have that range safety officer on the floor, but then also be able to use our radios that we always carry and radio in for extra help because you'll see on the video how we had one RSO there, but we quickly had 4 people assisting with a little bit of radio traffic to say, hey, can you come help me? Not to mention, when we secured the scene here, we actually had another one who was actually calling the ambulance to come help us. So, you got to really check, call, care in all your safety measures, but you got to have lots of people and the right equipment. So again, you're going to see in that video, like how we reacted to it and what you had to do and how we put this on and at least stop the flow of blood. So that's the important part. Let me take you actually onto the range here, and I want to show you exactly where it happened, how it happened, and a little bit further. So don't forget you're walking over the brass floor. I think that is so cool. But let me take you out over here. We are on the world's largest indoor double-deck shooting range, and right here is where it happened. We are here. We're in the second stall here where I'm going to show you some clips of it. So you're going to see a little bit of this too, but really just 2 experienced shooters. They had lots of firearms that they were shooting this day. And this is really where it happened. So first thing I want to start with is they were shooting a lot of different guns and being experienced. Experienced shooters doesn't mean you shouldn't be safe. Just because you know these firearms so well doesn't mean you're negligent with it. So I think that's really important to know. I know you kind of feel cocky when you know a lot, but in reality, we still want to avoid ever putting our hand or body or anything in front of the barrel. So I think maybe just being cocky is a strong word, but in the way of like when you know it all and you think you're so experienced, you kind of just are ignorant. So maybe that could have played a little bit. I can't tell. There's no sound in this, so we don't really know. But from the motion and the gestures and showing off, which we're going to show you, like, hey, here's a bullet, here's this. Like, you could see it in the video a little bit about, these guys know what they're talking about. They're very, very experienced. I think it just became, hey, too, like comfortable. And I think we should never get comfortable. So that's one. So experience level plays in. One other aspect we're going to look at this is having lots of firearms in your stall with you. Not that it's a bad thing to bring 20 guns with you to the range. It's good to practice all your firearms. But maybe one aspect of what brought this problem at this stall just the other day is that maybe there were too many distractions. Having handguns, long guns, and bags over here. Again, you're going to see this video and know what I'm talking about. But maybe there was just too much going on here. So I think maybe when you come to the range, maybe let's limit it to like 5 guns, maybe 10, maybe they had 20 guns, but my thought is maybe just you were overcrowded with firearms here and maybe just couldn't focus on everything you should have directly in front of you. So maybe that's a pointer we could really bring out here. We love guns here. We want you to shoot every gun you have, but maybe not every time you come. Don't bring everything you have, because maybe this could lead to distractions and not being able to pay attention to exactly what you're doing. Maybe even bring all your 9mm one time. Let's just shoot 9mm here so we're not bouncing bullets around, because I think that's actually how this happened. There was different bullets that he was using and loading and setting up and then reloading and holstering. So that leads me into the third one that I really think was important, is it was actually near closing time. So we closed at, I think that day it was 8 o'clock, and here we're cleaning up the range at 7:45. And I think this looked more like rushed. So not that this experienced shooter did anything that he shouldn't have done, other than this actual motion. It's the fact that maybe we were just rushed. It was closing time. There was lots of guns here, lots to do. Think about after or before you're shooting. You got to unload all your carry ammo, then load up all your range ammo, while we were in the phase of putting your duty or your carry ammo, maybe not duty, but some, because we get a lot of law enforcement in here, but really just your carry ammo back into your firearms. So I think that's really where it came into play. You are loading all of your guns back up with your carry ammunition, and therefore this is actually the location in which the projectile went through the hand and came through and actually went into the wall, so you could see the spot. It actually absorbed the bullet. So this is rubber ballistic tile. It's meant to absorb the bullets, and if someone was standing on the other side, they wouldn't have been hurt by any round at all, because in the middle of here, there's a 1/2-inch steel plate. So nothing is getting through, whether that's an AR or any type of handgun, nothing is gonna go through. But again, we're circling back to, we were loading back up our carry ammunition, maybe having multiple guns here. We had just finished putting a sidearm on and loading another, and that is when the incident happened. So I think we could see what the result was. The best part of this whole case, the best or the worst of this whole case, is that it actually hit right in between these fingers, missing the tendon, the bone, anything crucial. I actually spoke with this gentleman who said it literally missed everything. I don't even know how he became so lucky, but carrying defensive ammo, putting it through your hand and missing every bone, every tendon, everything. Super lucky for that guy, but lucky for him, it was literally just a flesh wound, and he was able to close it up with our assistance, which we are going to show you here, here shortly. We'll put that clip in there. But also, don't forget, in the link here, we actually have a book on safety. So feel free, click the link in there, get a free book, learn a little bit about safety in the home, safety with the kids. I may have heard, but I wanted to confirm if this was actually a father-son, which is really interesting to see. Again, maybe it came down to a lot of experience, too many guns, too many distractions, closing early. All of that played a part in here, but I want you to see the video. I want you to comment on here, and I mean, let us know if you think we should do something we're always open to, changing our procedure and helping and reacting a little bit better, also preventing this from happening, but this was very hard to prevent. But you'll see in the video how we helped in first aid, we helped with extra support, we helped with the tourniquet, and then we bandaged it up before police and fire actually came and helped us here. So that's kind of how the whole incident happened. It happened in just the matter of a couple minutes. So this can all happen very, very quickly. And in 1 minute, we're loading, we shoot, we actually have a trail of blood through here, and quick incident, a lot of blood loss, really quick, but quick reaction time from everybody else and the assistance of this guy, having basically no damage to his hand. So a good ending to this story that, a couple of stitches later and a couple weeks of not shooting, which this gentleman's already reached out and wanted to come back to shoot because he felt like, hey, look, I've made mistakes, but I need to keep shooting and stay up on my skills. So very passionate about his firearms and everything, and we're here to help. We want to keep the range safe. We want to keep you safer. Please be careful every time you come into the gun range, and enjoy your time training with us. And if there's anything we can do for you, let us know. Leave it in the comments.